What is up, everybody? This is Ebony Cruz, the entrepreneur coach, helping you guide on through all that success and like live out loud, all of the above. So I've been in bed pretty much majority of the day. Today's been a relaxed day because I hadn't been feeling too well, but I wanted to make sure that I shared my thoughts about this book because we're moving into February and I gotta share you all the book that we're going to be reading for February. So, Feeding the Soul by Tabitha Brown is a conversation with like your auntie, okay? The stories that she tell to make you kind of, to bring out the lesson, those are very captivating. This is a good book to kickstart the year off, or if you're nervous and you're not sure how you want to jump into, maybe starting that business or leaving your 9 to 5. She gives a lot of great tips in here to talk about just owning self-ownership when it comes to not putting the blame on other people for you not being successful or you're not winning. Take on that self-ownership of your own. One of the key takeaways that I love about this book is that for those that are looking to live a healthier lifestyle, she shares recipes in here. These are vegan recipes because she is vegan, but she does share recipes that allows you to create and taste. And some of the recipes are actually really good. Like I did it for my family. Um, but again, it's like I'm having a conversation with Auntie, right? And so I might be asking Auntie, you know, um, I got this idea, I want to do it, but I'm scared. Throughout the book, she talks about her 23 years of working hard to be an actress, and then all the trials and tribulations that happen in between. And if you can relate as an entrepreneur, we go through trials and tribulations, and sometimes we want to quit. But if she would have quit in year 22 or year 21, we wouldn't even have this book. We wouldn't even know who Miss Tabitha Brown is. So she really encourages everyone to follow their dream, live out loud, and keep working in it. Even if the people closest to you don't believe you, keep working. She talked about her husband and how her husband wasn't always supportive. He didn't always see, he was supportive, but he didn't always see her vision, shall we say. And sometimes that'll make you stop what you're doing because you think you're crazy since everyone around you don't believe in what you have going on. But she just kept pushing to leave her little bitty town in North Carolina called Eatonville to get to California so she can live out loud and live her dreams. Throughout this process, though, she met a lot of people along the way. She definitely talks about her mom, how her mom was such an influence, and just going through being a caretaker for her mom and how rough that is. As well as losing someone. Losing someone gives you a different appreciation for your life, but also another respect for their life. And she goes into detail about that throughout the book. I'm not going to tell you everything, but one of the gems that I did get out of this is that me personally, I struggle with going live or doing live videos. That's not my jam. I will pre-record in a minute, honey. Okay, and won't even edit that pre-recorded video, but I will pre-record it and politely post it on social media. But that consistency is where I sometimes lack. So I may go, 3 months, and then life happens, and you may not see me for 2 weeks, but then I'm back on it, right? You still got to go through that consistency regardless how you look, how you feel. But of course, she stresses taking care of yourself. So today, hence the reason I'm in bed. I promise you all this book to talk about it a little bit, and I want to definitely keep my promise. I'm not looking my best. It's okay. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I do. So, anyways, back to the book. So, it is very a easy read. When I say easy, nothing complicated. You can be anyone I believe can relate to something inside of this book. I love that she gives us TSAs. These are Tabitha service announcement. These TSAs is where she goes in a little bit more about the story she told you in the previous chapter. So, there's different sections to this book. And then I even like the titles and the quotes that she gives before each chapter. Her main focus here is when she decided to stop caring about what people thought, when she decided to just live as Tab. Like, when I say live as Tab and take care of my body. Although I'm from down south, she's a southern chick as well, and we cook all this soul food, and we don't always take care of our bodies. She talked about how transitioning into being a vegan helped her in a lot of medical procedures that she was having, a lot of medical ways. It helped her just naturally. And so she focuses on providing those recipes. If you ever follow her on Instagram, she always has recipes. The book has recipes, definitely a must buy. I wouldn't recommend listening to it on Audible unless you bought it first. Read through it that way first. The other thing is this book is so captivating. It will catch you within the first chapter, you really don't want to put it down. So for me, I read normally at night before I go to bed to slow my thoughts down, and it just was a perfect read. It was just really great to for anyone that's looking to find some love. They're looking for freedom. They're looking for joy in their life. This book is a very brief blueprint to help you start making that transition. Instead of I'm waiting till June, my birthday comes, or I'm waiting to the new year. No, start taking baby steps now. Another thing that I do like about this book is my program, the Professional Woman's Escape Plan, was created in the same sense to help people use their natural gifts, the natural talents, right, to start that business or to create a product that you can sell to others and escape your 9 to 5. Because although she said she worked a 9 to 5, because she had to do what she had to do so she can learn and pay her bills in a moment, she always knew she was bigger than that. And for some of you, that's it. You're bigger than what you're settling for right now. You're bigger than maybe that relationship that's unhealthy. And I'm not saying divorce anybody, but evaluating relationships around you, where they're friendships, where they're cousins. She goes into that. Even in neighborhoods, you make some friends in your neighborhood, but a lot of us nowadays are so shut off. We don't really communicate with our neighbors like that. And she goes into, when you want that type of success that we all talk about, that we dream about, the first person that we go to is the good Lord above, and we need to listen. So we always pray, right? But then we take off, we run, we don't even sit to hear what he has to say back to us. And a lot of why we go through the same things that we go through is because we haven't learned the lesson, nor did we sit still to hear what God has to say to us. And she stresses this. Not an overly heavy religious person, but she's confirmed in who she is, and she knows that she loves the Lord, and the Lord does guide her. And so that's why I absolutely love this. This is definitely, it hit home for me, especially building out this new program that I've been working on. Even my book that I'm working on, right? I didn't put it out in the universe. It's just always in my head. And reading this book, she talked about getting it out of your head, getting it on paper, and just processing how you're going to get through things, like how you're going to launch it, right? And don't worry about doing it your way. Not everyone's going to say yes to your way, and that's okay. So if you're looking for a book that's definitely motivating, definitely encouraging, and you want to sit down and talk to your auntie that you haven't talked to in a long time, as well as get some good recipes to talk and read, this is our January read, or my January read for 2022. Kickstarted the year off with a great book. I totally suggest you all read this all the way through. And as I read my books, I typically journal too, so that when you catch an idea in the book, or you get confirmation for something that you're reading, I jot it down so I can go back and look at it. Or I can, make my promises of how I'm going to do this, or vow to that. And this is one of the main reasons why I did this video, because one, I didn't want to leave you all hanging. February is today, and I have a new book for us to read. Let me get it for you. It's right up here. This is our February book. And again, I apologize for looking a hot mess, y'all. But it's okay. That's my business, right? Because that's what Miss Tab said. That's my business. Okay. So go get the book. February, we are going to kickstart off with It's About Damn Time. It's about damn time that you get into it and you take your life and your business serious. All right. So Tab is going to give you that motivation to start thinking, start the wheel rolling again. She's going to give you those healthy meals. She's going to give you some stories that many of us can relate to when it comes to losing someone, being a caretaker, fighting for your dream, running after your dream. Miss Tab does every bit of that with her Southern hospitality of kindness that reeks through this book. I literally felt like I was in the same room with her talking. And when you get into making her recipes and trying them out, it makes you literally feel like Miss Tab was in your house. So this is January. If you're still behind and you're looking for a book for the new year, this right here is it. All right. So have fun. Again, this is Ebony Cruz. I am the entrepreneur coach that's helping a lot of women take what they have learned in corporate America, what those degrees have done for them, and transitioning those into a lucrative business, right? And the reason why I do a lot of this reading is because I want to hear like women that look just like me, who's doing the same thing that I'm doing, and she made it. She did. And she's giving back. She's pouring back out. And so that is where I want to go and where I want to be. And that is why I read these books. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed the January read. If you haven't done so, grab it and read it. And I will keep you up to date with our February book is. I'll post a picture and everything about it so you'll see that. All right. If you haven't done so, check me out. Follow me, like, subscribe, whatever you're watching this video. And thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my insight on this book. And I hope you pick it up and read it yourselves.